Okay, so let's read our problem. We have Taylor had 38 colored pencils. Peyton had 24 colored pencils. How many more colored pencils did Taylor have? So, first we need to figure out if we have a change occurring. So, if you look at our problem, Taylor has her 38 pencils and Peyton has her 24 pencils. And our question is just asking us how many more Taylor has than Peyton. So there's no change occurring because Taylor will still have her 38 colored pencils at the end of this problem, and Peyton will still have her 24 colored pencils at the end of this problem. So really we're just comparing these two amounts to figure out the difference between the larger set and the smaller set. So we're going to use our set model to solve this problem. And we're comparing these two numbers, so we have our compare problem type set up for us. So our larger set is the 38, because 38 is more than 24. So we're going to write 38, and we can decompose our number by using our base 10 blocks. So we're going to draw these in. We have 3 groups of 10, so we can draw 3 separate rods that represent our 3 groups of 10. Then we have 8 ones, so we can draw in 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have our smaller set, which is 24, so we can write it out on the side. And we can do the same thing that we did to our 38 and decompose it into our rods. Okay, so we have 2 groups of 10 and 4 single units. And we know that there are 10 units in 1 single rod. So what's left that we're trying to find is our difference, and we can put a question mark in it since that's what we are trying to find. So we have a formula over here that has it all laid out for us. So we have our larger set, which was 38, and it says it equals the smaller set plus the difference. So we can go ahead and put 24 and our question mark under difference because that's what we're trying to figure out. So in order to figure out the difference, we know that we'll have to subtract. So we can subtract 38 minus 24, and we know that 8 minus 4 is 4, and we can even use these and cross them out. We have 4 over here and 4 over here, so we can cross 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we see that we have 4 single units left. Now we have 3 groups of 10 and 2 groups of 10, and we're subtracting 2 groups of 10 from 3. So 3 minus 2 is 1, and we can show it up here. We can cross out this group of 10 and another group of 10, and we can do the same over here. So we see that we have 1 group of 10 left and 4 single units, which equals 14 down here. So our difference set is 14. So when we look back at our problem, we have how many more colored pencils did Taylor have? And we know that that Taylor has 14 more colored pencils than Peyton. So we're going to move on to our next problem. Which is, Taylor had 32 pieces of candy. She decided to give 17 pieces of candy to her friend Peyton. How many pieces of candy does Taylor have left? So, in order to solve this, we're going to use our linear model with these strips. So, this strip is going to represent Taylor's 32 pieces. If we look over here, we have Taylor has 32 pieces and she's giving away 17 pieces. So we do know that there is a change occurring because Taylor will end with a different amount than what she began with. So we can go ahead and glue this strip down, which will represent Taylor's 32 pieces of candy. And we're going to write above the line to represent what this amount is. And we want to make sure that we write it above the line or above the paper strip, so instead of writing it on top, so students don't get confused with area instead of this representing how many pieces of candy Taylor has. So now we have Taylor's pieces of candy of 32. So she decided to give 17 pieces of candy to her friend Peyton. So we know that 17 is a little more than half of 32. So we're going to have this strip that represents the amount that Taylor gave to Peyton, which is our 17 pieces. And we can go ahead and glue this down. And once again, we're going to label what this represents. And like I said the first time, we're not going to label it inside of the paper strip so people don't get mistaken for area. And this distance is, or this amount represents 17. And we're going to put it on the right side because this is the change that is happening. And this is our result, which is the unknown. So over here is the amount that we're looking for, and this is going to be the result. So we can go ahead and put a question mark since we do not know. And we know that we are going to be subtracting to figure out this amount since she's taking away 17 from her 32. So we can do 32 minus 17. So if we look in the ones column, we have 2 minus 7. But we know that we can't subtract 7 from 2, so we're going to have to regroup from our tens. We're going to take a group of 10 and add it to our 2 digits. So our one group of 10 plus our 2 digits equals 12. And now we can subtract 12 minus 7, which we know is 5. And now we have 2 groups of 10 minus 1 group of 10, which is 1. So how many pieces of candy does Taylor have left? We just figured out that she has 15 left. So we can represent that number by another strip of paper. And now we can label it 15. So how many pieces of candy does Taylor have left? She originally started with 32, which was her start. We had a change of 17 because she gave 17 away. And so now the result is that she has 15 pieces of candy left.